golf ball to go.
Okay.
And then the third X is the impact. So I'll show it to you really quickly. She's just going to go through a demo, so I'll show you the shot system in case you're not familiar with it. But
the image looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Everybody's got on the PS, compared to the PSP, because the NGP is so much of powerful hardware, it allows us to use about 4 times more textures in all of everything. So we have 4 times more polygons in one sort of like screen. So we can have a lot more detail for the characters, we can have a lot more detail on the courses as well. And it allows us to bring like beautiful sort of, Cloudman's always been very, very good at making amazing courses. On the PSP, it was quite granulated, but we can pretty much have like a nearly like a PS3 kind of graphics, and you can enjoy the game in your own hands. So for the NGP, what we've incorporated now is obviously touchscreen. You can now move your T position.
You see that?
Depending on your wind, you know how the course curves around, and you can have a strategic edge to your friends depending on how where you position yourself. You can also obviously interact with the environment and do that. You can change the sky real time to afternoon.
Look at that! Wow!
Very pretty.
Do that again. Look at the shadowing on the ground when she does that.
Shaders actually change. Yeah.
Look at that.
Because the NGP is so much more powerful tool, and we can do so much more with it. So you can see like the shaders are real time as well. You can see the shadow change real time.
That is beautiful.
It looks absolutely amazing, I think, on the NGP, and the OLED screen brings it out so much more as well. Also, what we've incorporated is the augmented reality. So you can be...
Can you see? Okay, you have to see this. Look at this. Look at this. This is unbelievable.
And you can basically see 360 degrees of the course, wherever you are.
Look how she's moving around here.
And
you see her hand. That's her hand back there.
So if you're in the middle of Central Park in Manhattan, or if you're in the middle of Hyde Park in London, or if you're on the beach in Tarifa, you can basically have that backdrop and play with it. And so it gives you the immersion of basically being in a place where you are, but also being in the golf course and looking around.
Part of the augmented reality. This is absolutely unbelievable. Wow.
This is actually pretty cool. This is really cool, and you can do that. You know, you can just look around. You can get like a sky kind of view of the golf course. And the dual analog stick, winner. Total winner, because you can basically do that as well. And have a look around the golf course. And what we've also implemented, I'm going to bring it back because I'm...
You getting this, Cal? You getting this?
Yeah, I got this.
So, if you're a real golfer, for example, and you're looking around the course, you want to kind of see, okay, so that's 20-30 yards there. But how far is the bunker? It tells you 23 yards. But to avoid mistouching, you have to rub it to find out where exactly it is. So like and then it gives you the yards. But also, to actually play the game, and you want to see, like, sorry, I'm just going to have to go back to the normal camera view mode.
Take your time.
So, to change the golf club, traditionally you can just use shoulder buttons like this. But now, with a multi-screen, come on, you can just basically do that. And as you can see, it changes the golf club. So even if you're not a golfer, you don't really know what a wood is or an iron is, you can basically just do that, and it kind of gives you an indication of how far your shot should go.
And what club you should use. Okay, I would need that as a novice golfer.
Me too, actually. I learned a lot about golf through this game.
Yeah,
and the thing with everybody's golf is it's quite cartoony, but people that make the game are massive golfers, so it's really in depth. And what you see is like, you know, you get the wind. Like there's so many more elements you need to think about it when you're actually playing the game and you become more of an expert at it. But even if you're not, you can still enjoy the game as it is, even if you're not a golfer, because it's very easy to get into. It's very intuitive as well at the moment with the controls. So let's take a shot. And from the second shot onwards as well, you can change the point of view by using the rear.
You're touching the back of the...
Yep, I'm just doing that.
Can you show the screen again? And do that again?
And it just changes the view of your player. So if you want a different view to actually take a shot, you can change that using the rear touch panel like this. And we're trying to figure out at the moment just to make sure sure that, because the gauge is kind of, it goes out of view sometimes in different modes, so we're trying to figure out how to best incorporate that at the moment. But the problem with the rear touch screen, I think, is because a lot of games try to incorporate it, becomes a bit too gimmicky depending on the kind of game you're making. And everybody's going to play around with it for a while, and we thought, okay, it just becomes a bit of a gimmick, and it doesn't really add to the gameplay. So what can we do to make it really, like, you know, enhance the gameplay? And we found that people wanted to play with different kind of viewpoints, depending on the angle. So we thought, okay, well, that's pretty cool.
Go back 2 angles. Go back 2.
Which one's that?
Okay, so that's the first person angle.
Yeah, that's the first person angle, and you can do that with the gyroscope as well. But the problem with this one is, at the moment, if you take the shot and you move, it's not as accurate.
Okay,
we're trying to figure out how that's going to
what that soft spot is.
show you that.
Yeah.
But right now, what we're trying to experiment is because obviously a lot of games are still experimenting with the NGP hardware. We haven't actually even, like, you know, touched the surface of it really.
Yeah.
It's got so much power to it. So we're just kind of playing around and seeing how that would work. And also, the way you hold the console, you can do a lot of mistouches. So we're also trying to be careful so that people don't actually make a mistake and then the gameplay, like, your experience decreases. So we want to make sure the gameplay stays really good, or enhance, like the rear touch actually enhances the gameplay. And we found that this is probably, at the moment, this is probably going to stay. And you can basically interact with the course. Online, we'll also support 3G. We can't disclose too much information just yet, so watch the space. There will be a lot more coming for everybody's goal.
Is it launch time?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're working very hard to make it launch.
Looks great, that looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks extremely robust. Congratulations already.
Thank you very much. Games have had it up to even more, but we have upped it by about 4 times in terms of the resolution. Yeah.
All right.
So the old, you know, in terms of like polygons, we have 4 times more polygons than on the PSP version that we had. But we're remaking the entire game, so we're not reusing any of the old assets. We're making brand new courses, brand new characters, and we'll be bringing it to the NGP for launch.
This is awesome. Thank you so much. This is awesome.